Hey everyone, so in this video it's just going to be a war of surprise mofos against Momento Mori, and I'm more going to talk about this insane burn tower that we just had. This burn tower just, in my opinion, was way too high. It was basically whoever had the tower more ended up winning because 2,500 burn damage each turn for 2 turns, that's 5,000 HP, and a lot of defensive tunes don't have 10,000 HP, they might have 7,000, 8,000. So if you went in with a bleed team, for example, and you applied 3,000 bleed to everyone on the first turn or second turn, well, the opponent's team is basically dead by the end of it. It was too easy in some ways. I feel like the burn was too high. If a burn was 1,500 over 3 turns even, it would have given the defensive team a chance to actually play, and it would still be a pretty good advantage for the attacking team. I really just think that this tower should be reduced in the future, and another issue with a tower was you only had a minute of coverage. So it was a 1 minute cooldown, which I understand because the tower was way OP, but you were more worried about the tower than you were about actually playing and attacking, and it's war for a reason, not capture the tower. Like, I just hope that in the future we all learn from this and we don't see another burn tower that is this high. I understand why there was only one tower and it was burn. Like, burn doesn't stack, so we couldn't have 3 burn towers, for example, like when we had the bleed towers, because bleed stacks in the game. If we had multiple burn towers, well, it would only take the highest burn damage, because burn doesn't stack. It's whatever one's the highest amount. So on that note, I understand what they were going with and why. But this particular war, I changed up my defense almost entirely because of this tower. I had to make a very high HP defense so that they could survive the burn damage, because I don't have weapons in the game. I don't have a bunch of fast healing weapons. I don't have a bunch of revivers I can put on defense that would be effective. So I had to go with the next best thing, which was using an unorthodox defensive team. I knew I needed a tune that gave 40% defense as well as 40% HP. I needed to make a tanky team because my Mercer just wasn't cutting it. And I don't want to level up my Mercer's active skill. Like, although it would help in this particular war, overall it wouldn't be helpful towards me. So I decided to leave it as 1 out of 8, I think, so the lowest amount on the active skill. And that to me has been working very effectively in all my other matches. Like, one thing that I think everyone needs to be aware of is don't change a whole tune where you can't undo a move if it's only benefiting you for a single instance. Like, to me, it just doesn't make sense to level up Mercer's active skill, because I want him to attack. I don't want him to use his active skill to give himself elusive right away. I want to have my team ready to attack. So even if I put the team on auto, I don't want him using his active skill when he could be attacking and doing damage and finishing off a team quicker. And I feel like a lot of other people might feel similar towards Mercer as I do, or even a Rov, because a Rov can recover the bleed, burn, and maim similar to Mercer. I guess what I want to see is, in the future, us being able to toggle on and off the active skill, so that on a defensive team we can choose, oh, I don't want this tune using his active skill on the defensive team, or maybe I do. Having that option, having that choice is so important, I think, and it would greatly enhance the player experience. And because I've mentioned my defensive team, how I've adjusted it to the burn towers, I'll let you know what I'm using. I'm using an Eric 6-star lead, yes, Eric of all tunes. I am using Georgia, I'm using Willie, I am using Frost, and I'm using either Sheila or I'm using Angel. And I've kind of been flip-flopping between them just based off of weapons and stuff, but honestly, it's been a lot of fun using this team, and it's been even more interesting to me that I have gotten over 10 raid defense today when usually I get defeated that number of times. So to me, that shows that my defense is actually functioning really well. And I think the lesson from this is understand how tunes play a certain role. I am totally aware that Eric as a 6-star probably dies on the first turn, but he's still giving that 40% HP and defense bonus to the rest of my team. He's making the rest of my team super tanky. Like my Georgia had something like 11,000 HP and about 10,000 defense. And because I was never the general, I got a 20% defense bonus, so that 10,000 was closer to 12,000 defense. And it kind of just adds up from there. Anyway, thank you everyone for watching and listening to my video. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys thought of a burn tower.